is up? What is up? Silver Surfer coming back with another video. It's been way too long since I made one. So happy to be back with you guys. Just had some life kind of things taking place here recently. As many of you know, I've been in my graduate educational studies and have finally finished that, graduating with my doctorate degree. So I'm pretty happy about that. And took my licensing exam for I can be able to practice my trade. And I'm done. So yeah, I'm just beyond elated, not really sure what to do with myself, to be honest with you, as I've been essentially studying for the past, 11 years or so, working towards this. So it's been a long time. Anyways, with that all being said, let's get back to the real reason we're here today, and that is to share with you a note that I haven't shared before, actually. And this is a 1914 Federal Reserve note with the $20 denomination. PMG graded this as 35 EPQ. Very nice grade indeed. Very, very nice note indeed as well. You can see the nice white background here still. That's nice and original. Some folds. It's got a horizontal fold right there. A vertical fold right there. It's got another center vertical fold. There might be another one here on the side. I'm not really sure. But this is a great note. On the front of this is the Philadelphia here, which is the third Federal Reserve note, or the Federal Reserve Bank, if you would. And that's what that signifies there. Blue seal, it's not a silver certificate. There were obviously silver certificates at this point in time of our country's history. However, these were essentially the transition period between the money that you have in your pocket now, the small size Federal Reserve notes, and the from the large size bills. And so kind of a very cool piece of history. I have the entire example of the entire denomination set in blue seals. I'll show you guys the back here. And the reason I really like this set is because of the backs. I mean, the fronts are neat as well, especially because they just remind me of kind of the money that we have here in our pockets nowadays. I'll move my light a little bit closer so you guys can see the updated background here, but really, really cool, really, really neat. You got the old steam engine over there, and then the steamboat over there, if you would. Looks like it's coming out of the New York Harbor in New York City with the Statue of Liberty there in the background. And these are really cool, dudes, because they switch they have different backs for all of the different denominations. And so that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy this set and series, and we'll kind of run through the rest of them here. On the front is Mr. Grover Cleveland. He is the only president actually to serve two non-consecutive terms in office. I think he was actually elected by popular vote 3 different times, but the first time as the 22nd president in the mid-1880s, and then again as the 24th president in the 1890s. So that's kind of an interesting thing to, that would be essentially if someone nowadays came after being elected and then wasn't, for a term and then came back and was reelected. Just not something that really ever happens, obviously. He's the only dude here to still have had that. So very interesting. He was an American lawyer, I believe, before, politician, etc., like a lot of them are. And yeah, and so he ended up kind of climbing his way through office and making it that way. But again, dudes, the real story here is these backs. They're just so cool. I think this is probably one of my favorites of the backs of all this different denominations here. There was no $1, there was no $2. In 1918 was the change to the $500 and the $1,000 Federal Reserve notes, which those are big, big bucks. They look very similar to these, as well as the Federal Reserve banknotes look very similar to these also, but they are different, believe it or not. So let's just kind of go through a review of. I shared the rest of them on all of the different videos. You guys can go ahead and check those out, look through my previous videos and see, but we'll just kind of go through the different denominations here quickly, just as a refresher. This is a $5 with Abraham Lincoln on it. Again, very, very beautiful note. Very, very nice. Again, 35 EPQ, that grade there. We're gonna go ahead and flip it on the back here for you. And you got the Pilgrims landing on Plymouth Rock there. Christopher Columbus over there. I'm trying to get a little bit better image for you. Let me see. Oops, I'm sorry. All right, there we go. You got Columbus there on the left. Really, really neat. And then, like I said, the Pilgrims here on the right. So great note. Not probably my favorite of the backs. I like it. It's just probably not my favorite, but I still think probably the 20, which I just showed you guys, is, I don't know, maybe the 100 will beat it. But this one's pretty cool as well. I've shared this in the past. This is Andrew Jackson. Believe it or not, he is on the 20 nowadays, but it took him a while to get to 20. He actually started on the $5 note. The woodchopper note was the first denomination he was on, and then kind of bounced his way up to the $10 Federal Reserve here, and then eventually where he's at now on the 20. This is also a really cool one as well. You got the farmers tilling the mill, or tilling the land there. The factory mill here on the right. Really beautiful, man. Again, these things are all done by hand, guys, these engravings. So you had an artist who drew the image at first, and then someone that had to transfer that image onto steel plate and actually engrave it with rudimentary tools. So if you don't think that's a piece of art, I don't know what is. All right, that's the $10 note, and I knew that was gonna happen. We're just gonna go like this. Hopefully you guys got a little laugh out of that. We're gonna go like that and just kind of set those down there. And then we're gonna go and show you the last two, which is the $50 denom. This is Mr. Grant, Ulysses Grant here. Beautiful note as well. Had to go a little bit lower of a grade at 25, as they can get kind of expensive, to be honest with you, up in that range-ish. And then the back, this one's pretty cool as well. This is probably my least favorite back design, personally. The Panama Canal, celebrating kind of the Panama Canal entrance and stuff like that. But I don't know, I think there's this maybe a little bit too much open space around there, or something along the lines like that, that I just don't really dig. But it's still a cool note nonetheless. And then for the big Mamma Jamma, which you guys are all probably wanting to see once again, one of my actually favorite notes in general is the $100 Federal Reserve note, 1914. You got the signatures of Burke and McAdoo, and Mr. Benjamin Franklin, one of our founding fathers on there. Gorgeous, gorgeous note. Old hundo. Old Franklin on the hundo, huh? And the back, yeah, I think this might take the winner, guys. Not just because of the denomination and whatnot, but I mean the 5 different allegorical figures. Liberty, plenty, supply, I think they are, and some other ones, don't quote me on it, but just an absolute spectacular piece. Check that out, guys. Look at the red and blue fibers. All original, man. Really, really cool. Great, great. These things have actually shot up in price. I've seen some selling for almost double than what I paid for this thing a while ago. I bought this in Action Currency quite some time ago. Great piece. So that's what I got for those. I always like to kind of have some random things here on the desk. And so I don't, whoa, a little face reveal almost. Hey, now, I'm gonna hide out of that. But anyways, this is a sun-bleached caribou kind of stock thing. It's called an ulu knife. And so my boy, Tylon III, can tell you guys all about it. I'm not going to flip on the back there because you probably will see my face. But yeah, he can tell you all about it. I got it in Alaska when I was up there. And the native Alaskans would make this. You guys can see right there. It says made in Alaska. They would use it. It's a cooking knife, essentially, is what it is. And so they can use it to do a whole different mess of things. But one of those was cooking and preparing foods and pelts and all kinds of other stuff. And so this one was done by hand by some dude up there that I had to have. And there's some real kind of old school looking ones that are made out of just, crazy looking materials. But this thing is really, really beautiful as well. So I was happy to add that to the traveling collections. And yeah, so that's what I have for you guys today. I'm happy to be back with you. Looking forward to making a lot more videos. Got a ton of stuff to share. Still want to get out and show you guys all my extra urban street art stuff that I picked up and framed, because that is my other kind of passion that I'm into, as you guys know, besides numismatics. But like I said, Silver Surfer is back in action, guys. We are done with school. So now it's just time to get right with family and live life to its fullest and be with you guys. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give me a little like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this stuff. Until next time, Silver Surfer is out.